We have made incredible progress. I don't think there's ever been a president elected who in this short period of time has done what we've done. The stock market has hit record numbers, as you know, and there has been a tremendous surge of optimism in the business world.
President Trump touting the Trump rally, which has driven us, the stock market, to just amazing new highs, this surge since Election Day. Yet another Trump accomplishment that the president says the mainstream media refuses to acknowledge. Joining me now, Kevin, Paul Scott, and Jeff DeWit. So, Kevin, at the close of today, the total stock market value in America is plus $2.4 trillion. I mean, that's a heck of a ride in a very short period of time. And yet the media won't give President Trump any credit.
Yeah, and this is why Donald Trump is able to substantiate his claims of the media being dishonest, because if they want to criticize certain things, if they want to hold his feet to the fire, they have to be intellectually honest and point out where he is succeeding. And I don't care who you are, how much you love or hate the president, you can't look at this and say that the economy isn't in better shape. There is serious momentum, and now you're starting to see the hard data line up with the feelings of consumer confidence, and you're starting to see real results. The economy is booming under this president.
You're right, and it is materializing, and it's something I talk about every day. You know, Jeff, the day the Dow finally crossed through that Dow 20,000, it's reported that CNN only mentioned it twice. I mean, think of the milestone. Only mentioned it twice. MSNBC mentioned it 8 times. So remember, they're connected with the other business channel. Fox mentioned it 14 times. I mean, it was huge news. That not just a milestone, but an indication, because the market is something of a harbinger of the future of where we may be going as a nation.
No, that's exactly right. You know, Donald Trump didn't even get credit for the run-up in the markets that happened right after the election and before he was inaugurated. But here's a stat for you, Charles. Since January 20th, Donald Trump has had the best first month in office, as dictated by the stock market returns, in over 50 years, since LBJ. So to compare for you, Donald Trump, the market is up 3.34% in his first month. Barack Obama, the market is down 4.37% during Barack Obama's first month in office. And don't forget that Barack Obama's next 8 years in office were basically keeping the economy on life support by running up $10 trillion in crippling debt that our future generations are going to have to pay, and keeping rates at 0%. So Donald Trump has done a great job in his first month.
You know, I like to actually count it from after the president wins. I think that's when it's really we should count it. I know officially after the inauguration day, but after November 8th, the first 5-6 weeks were a record of all time. And it's not just the stock market. To your point, Kevin, this first jobs report under President Trump, the street was looking for 175,000. We got 227, but 235,000 private sector jobs, and we had the trifecta we hadn't seen in a long time: manufacturing, mining, and construction jobs positive. Can you imagine that?
No, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. And this is the thing, where there's so much talk about all of these issues, the immigration and the temperament of the president, but the reality is people are going to ultimately judge his success on how it affects them personally. And it is hitting across so many sectors, across from stock market to the manufacturing jobs. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people, the media is obsessed over a lot of the things going on, but I think most Americans are really focused mainly on how much money they're going to bring home, what the kitchen table conversations are like, and what their job opportunities are for them and their kids. And when you measure on that level of success, President Trump is going to be, he's going to have favorable approval ratings when it comes to these issues.
And here's the thing I always say, Jeff, it doesn't matter the economic scheme, people have to buy into it. And we already see sentiment from Main Street through the roof. We see housing traffic up. We see small business enthusiasm through the roof. And it's beginning to materialize. I really believe that Kevin is making the right point here. It's ultimately a lot of people are going to say a year from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now, wow, I'm a lot better off. Isn't that ultimately what matters?
Absolutely. You know, over half the jobs in this country come from the small business sector. That is where you're seeing the growth really quickly right now, because the small business sector has had the biggest negative impacts from Obamacare and overregulation. And already the movement that have happened on those fronts in the first month of office has really taken off the shackles of the small business sector to unleash the growth in the economy. That's where people voted for. Everyone just wants a good job.
Yeah.
They want a good education, a good job, and that's what Donald Trump's going to bring to the country. He's had a very, very, very good first month.
And it's unleashing, unlocking that natural DNA of every American to be extraordinary. I think people feel that confidence again.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you both very much.